Welcome, beloveds, to the magical Midsummer's Eve Festival experience. It is on June 23rd, after the summer solstice, when the sun reaches its climactic peak of heat and ecstasy. This is the one night of the year when sun and moon wax and wane in perfect sexual union. This night we celebrate our Midsummer's Eve ritual theater and honor the Fae with a mystical night of revelry.
Death and old age are unknown this night, and love magic permeates the forest and high desert. Shakespeare captured the essence of this magical evening in A Midsummer Night's Dream. It is the most bewitching and enchanting portal to the otherworld, where fairies, magic, and mischief abound in a bewitched forest. It is also known as St. John's Eve and is traditionally a time for declaring love, according to an old Sardinian folk custom. This is the most potent time for gathering herbs, especially sun-colored flowers like St. John's wort, to cast your love spells. Other plants acquire strange properties as well on this mesmerizing evening. An elder tree cut on Midsummer Eve, for example, will bleed real blood. Fern seeds, if gathered at midnight, can grant the gift of invisibility. This night imbues herbs and nature with special magical and healing properties. A belief in the magical powers of herbs at midsummer was widespread throughout Europe and the Middle East. At one time, plants were hung up all over on St. John's Eve. Here are facts about the fairies. The Fae are magnificent allies to the human realm as long as your heart is loving toward them. They can, however, be rather mischievous. Cross a stream of running water to escape fairy pursuers. Carry a bit of rue in your pocket to keep evil spirits at bay. If a friend is spellbound into a fairy ring, toss a glove to break the spell. To keep fairies out of your bedroom, scatter flax on the floor. Fairies are terrified of iron and will vanish if it's around, so if you love them, do not have it around on this night. A hagstone hung by the door will attract the most blissful fairies to ignite your mystic love potions. Rowan wood, cross-tied with red thread, offers protection from malefic fae guests, but if you build a magnificent relationship with them, you will not require it. The Fae love sexy offerings from your love magic, as well as sweet, delicious foods, creamy milks, and mind-altering ingestibles. A besom beside the hearth prevents fairies from coming down the chimney, so if you welcome them, put it elsewhere. A sorceress bottle is to be of glass, containing sharp objects like nails and pins, ashes, salt, and rowan wood for protection from evil powers. Wild time is unlucky this night if brought indoors. Here are ways to see the fairies. The best time to see fairies is on Midsummer Eve. Wreaths of eerie mist often surround fairy mounds, rings, and stone circles. If you find a gap in the mist, you may be able to pass through into the otherworld. On this night, the fairy mounds open. It is possible you may even see the Fae feasting inside. To find the entrance to a fairy hill, walk 9 times around it. Be sure to have a loving intention, or they may not allow you passage. The Fae can feel the presence of kindred spirits who have the second sight. Those who have glimpsed gardens in the midsummer moonlight know that they are filled with flowers of every color. These flowers are more brilliant than any mortal blooms. Fairy kingdoms exist in a different dimension than ours, though they sometimes appear for a brief instant to mortal eyes. There are portals where, if you trip over them, you'll get a single glimpse of fairies. But the spot can never be found again. Fairies can become visible or invisible at will. They can also be visible to one person while invisible to another. Sometimes they can be spied briefly by unknowing human eyes. You must gaze steadily to see them. If you blink, they will disappear. They are most often seen at noon, midnight, or twilight. To see the Fae, use magical herbs such as thyme and primrose, or a 4-leaf clover to open your sight. One story tells of a maiden who looked at her cow and suddenly saw dozens of fairies milking it. Midsummer night is also the season of the sorceress. It is the time when the sight is granted to glimpse both the future and the past. A chant for the sight, show me the first and show me the last. Grant me the vision, grant me the sight. Grant me true knowledge this midsummer night. Midsummer is one of the most potent nights for divination, with rituals as ancient as humankind. Methods of divination for midsummer magic. Here are some love divination practices. Throw an apple seed into the fire and you may see an apparition of your lover. Look over your left shoulder to see your true love coming after you. On midsummer, take off your clothes, turn them inside out. You may see your future beloved who will arrive to turn your shirt at midnight. Divine your future lover by eating an apple, saving a seed. With this seed call for your twin flame or lover to reveal themselves, flick the seed into the fire. Daisies are sacred to Venus, Aphrodite, and Freya, and are linked to faithful love which blooms with enchantment on Midsummer's Eve. Their folk name, Measure of Love, comes from this night's charm. To discover when you will marry, find a meadow of daisies. Close your eyes and pull up a handful of grass. The number of daisies in your hand reveals how many unmarried years remain. Here are some more midsummer magic rituals. Midsummer is the time when the otherworld is close and glimpses of the future can be uncovered. There are many divination techniques practiced at this time, including the ritual of the maypole. Decorate ribbons and flowers to energize the life force of spring and summer. The maypole, often made of birch or oak, represents the phallic fertilizing power of the god and goddess. In Druidic lore, the maypole is a symbol of union between heaven and earth. Walk sunwise and anti-sunwise around it as part of the dance. This dance mystically winds down one season and brings in another. The maypole also connects with Beltane, where the union of the god and goddess is celebrated. Midsummer's Eve marks the impregnation of the earth goddess that was fertilized at Beltane, the midsummer goddess and her lovers. The sun and moon dance in perfect harmony this night, revealing her trinity of lovers more brilliant than any mortal affair. Her two lovers represent the summer and winter gods. These are also the gods of the waxing and waning sun. On this night, they actually rise and set as one. A similar myth is seen in the story of Guinevere, Queen of Arthur, whose name means white phantom, and who also has two lovers. On this night, wreaths and garlands are cast into fires and thrown into holy wells. Roses are tossed all about, representing both the sun and the goddess's vulva. Midsummer is a time of fertilization, blossoming, and verdant life. It is the season of betrothals and weddings, named after the Roman goddess Juno, the battle of light and dark. There is really no such battle in a tantric's viewpoint, but I will share using this terminology for the frolic of the occasion. On Midsummer's Eve, the battle between the Oak King and the Holly King takes place. This results in the sun's triumph and is celebrated with rolling down hills, with rings of fire that do not burn you. The midsummer goddess and her lovers. It is the season of betrothals and weddings, named after the Roman goddess Juno. Folks use plants like vervain, yarrow, and fennel to enhance spells and potions and do love magic for their desired lover. The serpent is also a huge part of Midsummer's Eve. They are a symbol of the underworld and the beautiful darkness which mortals need not fear this night if you honor the magic. It is said that anyone who possesses the serpent's egg can claim great magical powers. The dance of the dragon and serpent in the summer sun represents the struggle for dominion over dense and transcendental energies. Other rituals this night include walking backward in circles at midnight to honor the sun. In some parts of Britain, skeletons have been known to dance around oak trees at dawn. This symbolizes the spirits of midsummer. On this night, various stone circles come alive and dance. This is a memory of ancient rites of sun worship and shape-shifting. Here are some facts about the midsummer tree. While the maypole is a symbol of Beltane, the midsummer tree also plays a role in ancient phallic maypole customs. Plant magic is most potent on this night and used in conjunction with all of the evening's rituals. St. John's wort, gathered on midsummer morning, is said to possess protective magic. Other plants like vervain, yarrow, and fennel enhance spells and potions. If you cut an elder tree on Midsummer Eve, it will bleed real blood. This is a sign of its deep connection to the forces of life and death. There have been many ancient seers who spoke of the connection between Stonehenge and Midsummer's Eve. The ancient mages knew that they share great power. Stonehenge is aligned with the solstice sun. Many believe Stonehenge retains the energy of the ancient rites that once took place there on Midsummer's Eve. It is said that at midsummer, this place holds great power, offering glimpses into the future, especially regarding love. Midsummer is widely celebrated by pagans and continues to be one of the major festivals of the pagan year. It marks a time when the forces of nature are at their peak and magic abounds. And the Midsummer's Eve magic of June 23rd shares the occasion of being my solar return as well. Yes, I was born on this magnificent night of enchantment.
Join us on June 23rd for a Midsummer's Eve Faerie Festival and experience the mystical enchantment of the Fae. Jai Ma Kali.